Hello! Thank you guys for coming to this video today. I really appreciate it. This is my weekly Cardano AMA. I do these every Monday at 3 p.m. Today I'm actually doing it a little bit earlier because I have some things I have to deal with later. So we're starting at 2. But if you guys have any questions, if you're not watching this live, all you do is you come to the Cardano AMA. I answer everyone's questions, anything about Cardano, anything about stake pools, any questions that you guys have. I feel like there's a lot of new people coming into cryptocurrency and also a lot of new people coming into Cardano. So we do these AMAs as a way for people to learn, just to spread this this education, just to kind of have this exponential growth of education, because as I teach you, as I get you excited for this stuff, you'll teach other people and get more people excited about it. So I do think these are really important. So if you guys do want to support these, the best way you can do so is show up to them live. But if you're not, that's no worries. All you have to do is click the like button, click the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. It supports the channel, and it also spreads some Cardano to the YouTube space, for new people that haven't really seen it before. I'm going to go ahead and say hi to everybody. What's up, John Hamilton? What's up, Boss Unster? How you doing, man? What's up, Motivation Niche? What's up, One Trippy Planet? Zaza, hello. What's up, Zeb? Andon, what's up? Kritzel said, hello, guys. What's up, man? Daniel said, hello, paying guys. What's up, man? Yeah, it's going to take a little bit for everyone to come in here because I'm starting a little late. Mike's low. Fix that. Yo. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm talking a little quiet today. I'm not as hype as usual. What's up, Crypto Sayon? What's up, James? Do you know if there's any way to check and see if you voted in Catalyst, if your vote was counted? No, I don't know if there's any way with that, but I'm going to go ahead and start. The topic of this video is just a real quick topic. I titled the video, ADA Adoption Accelerates Tomorrow. The first Catalyst funds paid out tomorrow. So for people new, what happened is the first ever fund, a vote, with your ADA token happened. It was called Fund 2, and it was with Project Catalyst, and this is a part of Cardano Voltaire, right? It's just a section, right? We have Shelley, and then we have Voltaire. Shelley is what brought us proof of stake and decentralization. Voltaire is what brings us governance, right? It's very, very important. It's one of the key central points of Cardano. And to start off, we had Fund 1, which was a phony fund. It was a test. Following that, we had Fund 2, and Fund 2 was the real thing, right? You submitted an idea, people curated those ideas, people rated those ideas, and then following that, there was a decentralized vote using, I guess they're using a centralized app, but also using a decentralized wallet like Daedalus, right? You had to download a separate wallet, you had to do it. It was pretty hard. There were a lot of issues with it. You couldn't do it with hardware wallets. You had to use workarounds. So there was a lot of issues with it. So I'm hoping those are fixed for Fund 3. But the reason I say ADA adoption accelerates tomorrow is specifically because that's when the funds are paid out. All of the people that had ideas, whether it was me, whether it was Liquid, whether it was Kaizen, anybody that had ideas, anybody that you guys voted for with your ADA token, they're actually going to get funded tomorrow. So you're going to start seeing work being done. You're going to start seeing the ROI of the treasury. So it's pretty cool. I'm happy to see it happen. But I really appreciate you guys all coming to the stream today. Another way you can support the channel, and also if you're looking for a kick-ass stake pool, it's very simple. All you do is delegate to Bloom, right? Let me make sure that actually worked. Okay, it did. So you delegate to Bloom. We have Bloom through Bloom 6. We have over 10 million ADA pledged to the network. We mint the 8th block ever in the Cardano ecosystem. And by delegating to our pools, you support my channel, you support the education content. So I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys get that ADA staked. You earn a good reward off of it. Just leaving it non-staked is a terrible idea. But we can jump into some questions. I didn't really have much topics. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Catalyst stuff. I know a lot of people are kind of excited for that. Yeah. There's not really much going on with me. I'm still dealing with the personal stuff that I mentioned. It is what it is. I'm just trying to work through it. So if I seem a little off or a little complacent, that's why. But trust me, I'll stop being a little bitch boy soon. I cannot wait for it. It is what it is. I've actually been reading this book that Charles Hoskinson recommended. It's called Man Searches for Meaning. And it really helps put things in perspective. The thing that I'm dealing with, like in relative terms, like on a lifespan term, or just relative to what other people have had to deal with, is little to nothing. In Man Searches for Meaning, it's about a guy who he was in concentration camp in World War II, and he lost his whole family, and he talked about just the corals of working and them not feeding them and them having to work in the cold winters with no food and living on a scrap of bread, and you got the bread if you were lucky, and it's I don't know, the book is helping, it does help put things in perspective, and he's also he's a psychiatrist, right? So he looks at a lot of like the stuff in a scientific way, and I appreciate that. It makes the book a lot more interesting, for sure. But there are 72 people here, so I really appreciate you guys all swinging by. I'll stop with the sappy shit, and we'll get into it. So make sure you guys click the like button on this. It really does help out. It's real simple. Just click that little like button. I'll do the same right with you. David said, "Hi, Pay. Just staked on your stake pool. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. What's up, Blue Sky Vibes? I wish we had some blue sky vibes here in Ohio, man. It's been gray and cold. Untwisting the game. What's up, man? I appreciate you swinging by. Johnny Pilacella. Thanks, man. Thanks for swinging by. Not Muhammad. Do you good? Sounds okay. I did turn it up a little bit, so hopefully it's not too high now. I'm normally screaming. That's the difference. Daniel Hoy said, "Pay. If the stake pool is too much of stakeholders, do you get less reward, or does it depend on how many blocks the stake pool had?" Great question, Daniel. So the way it works is you have this parameter called K, and K is the saturation parameter, and it's also the decentralization parameter. So we raise K, and then the total amount of stake you can have in a pool goes down. And the way you actually calculate that's very simple. You take the total supply, which is the total amount of ADA in the ecosystem, and you divide it by what K is. And K is a number that we set. It's a number that we vote on, right? And K right now is 500. So if you do 31 billion divided by 500, the exact amount, you're going to be left with around 63.5 million. So if there's above 63.5 million, you start to lose a little bit of rewards. Like say it's exactly at 63.5, you're not losing. If it's at 64, you start to lose a little bit. And it's a percentage, right? The more it goes up, the more you lose, right? So you do have a little bit of time to switch, but if you're in a pool that's above 63.5 million, then I would definitely switch as soon as possible, before the next epoch switch. But Bloom, for example, we've never had a pool saturated. I kind of have like a close relationship with a lot of our delegates. I have them on email. I have them on message. I've really tried to build up this relationship and this loyalty with people. So if we do get close to saturation, I just send out a few emails. I call a few people, or I message a few people on Discord, or I at everyone on Discord, or I make a video. And that's why to this day, not one Bloom delegate has ever lost rewards to saturation. And that is really important to me, because you don't want to lose, you don't want to lose rewards for something meaningless like that. So great question, man. And then you also said, or does it depend on how many blocks the stake pool had? So blocks are important. Blocks actually determine how much money the stake pool is going to make in that epoch. But as a stake pool operator, all you can do is ensure that you mint every block. Past that, it's all based on luck, right? So if you see a guy with 7% ADA return, and he only got it for an epoch or two, it's because he was lucky, right? At Bloom, all we can do is ensure security, uptime, so we mint those blocks, and low latency, so we mint those blocks. And then if we get 10 out of 10 of our blocks, so just a random number, then we did damn good. That's the whole point. Do 100%, 100%. You might lose some here and there to slot battles, but there's nothing you can do about that because that's a 50% chance of you actually losing those to slot battles, right? So blocks are important. Sometimes they get a lot. Sometimes you have an epoch where you do 120%. Sometimes you have an epoch where you do 80, but it's all going to average out over time to around 100%, maybe even 98% or maybe even 104%. Niak said, "Hi, Pay. Do you happen to know what happened to the advisor rewards? It came up in the early document, but on later, the videos, it was not mentioned." So Niak, my guess would be that the advisor rewards are going to be paid out with the rewards tomorrow. It'll probably be some sort of idea scale thing like, oh, you won, you have to get on there, you have to submit your address, and then that's how that'll work. So yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, but everyone's getting paid tomorrow if you won, or if you're an advisor, if you're voting. So I'm hoping the voting and the advisors are also paid tomorrow. Also said, "Hello, everyone from cold snowing Muchit." Hello, man. Yeah, it's pretty cold here. It's not snowing, but the ground's all muddy and disgusting. The skies are gray. It's definitely pretty depressing, I have to admit. Lonnie Crow said, Is there another planned voting date soon? There is. I think that's going to be February 16th. I'll have all the information on my channel and my weekly recaps. I also may do a voting video, how to vote, how it all works, so don't worry about that. As long as you subscribe to my channel, click that notification bell, you'll be up to date on voting. You won't miss this one, I promise. And it's coming soon. So the proposals and stuff is going to be this month, but then the actual voting I think is going to be February, around my birthday. My birthday is February 12th. I think it's the 16th is when that's happening. Boss Sister said, can't see those things when you're only in your ROI. I didn't see your first one, so I don't know what you're talking about. Crypto Saiyan said, any update with the dev participation on the Goguen testnet? Devs are definitely doing stuff, for sure. I think it's, let me think about it. So the EVM testnet's going. I know the multi-asset testnet's going, but I don't think the Plutus testnet's going yet. So we'll see. Steve Prince said, moving back to Bloom 5. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate having you before that. You know, no worries you went somewhere else. You coming back. I appreciate it, man. Motivation, he said, what's going on with pay? I may say it at a later date, but it is a real hard thing for me, man. I wasn't really expecting to have to deal with this, especially, you know, with all this stuff happening. You know, things are looking good for cryptocurrency. Things are kind of looking good in general, you know. But yeah, it's been a real hinder, unfortunately. I may talk about it more in the future, but right now I'm kind of just keeping it close knit, you know. So I'm still kind of thinking about how I feel about it, you know. Cardano Commando said, greetings from the Netherlands. What's up, man? What's up? DK said, waiting to vote from Yoroi. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. Unknown said, are we going to hit 1 USD this year? It could happen, man. You never know. Prima said, hey, Pay, how much time do you put in maintaining your pool? Thanks. Prima, it highly depends on the week. You know, I obviously do a lot of checking. You know, I spend hours looking at stuff, but when everything's stable, everything's great. You know, there wasn't a recent update. There was no, like, a hard fork. There was nothing. You could definitely get away with only looking at your node a few hours a week, you know, just maintaining it, taking everything look. But sometimes you'll have like a hard fork event. You'll have to do some optimization or maybe redo a relay. Like there's some random maintenance stuff that comes up that may take a little bit longer, but it's a little bit less than you would think. You know, the initial startup is so much time. I mean, I would spend days upon days upon days learning and building this stuff. But once you have everything set up and good to go, you know, you have nice images, snapshots, good instances, you're good to go, man. It's not too bad. Yeah, I said I want to be able to vote from Yoroi. Dislike Daedalus. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Yoroi either, or not Yoroi, of Daedalus either. I wish I don't know. Daedalus isn't bad, but Yoroi is just so much better, and you can tell that they can actually work on stuff much faster and have better kind of utility faster. And I think Charles even said that in his recent AMA. He said that he wishes that he would have done a Yoroi style wallet starting off instead of a Daedalus style wallet. There's 117 people here. I know you guys are just hopping in, so if you guys leave a like on this video, it'll push your Cardano bags. We just had a recent crash, so we all need that right now. Leave a like on this video. We can push this out to more people. Also, we're doing my weekly Cardano AMA. I do these every Monday at 3 p.m. EST. All you do is you have to come with questions, and I answer them. It's simple. And I try to educate people, so I hope you guys try to educate people with the answers that I give you. It's very important. Will the rewards also be higher for Fund 3? I think they will be. Fund 3 is $500,000, so if they use the same percentage, then the rewards will be higher for sure. Is this a good stake pool? Pool margin 1.9%, pledge 402,000 ADA. That's not enough information. No, it could be a good one. Motivation, he said, my B-Day is Feb 4th. February, oh, and Hank said, my son's B-Day is Feb 4th, or Feb 12th. Dude, February boys unite, man. I've always liked my birthday in February. I don't know why. It just has a nice thing to it. Dennis said, hi, what's up, man? Daniel said, so a smaller pool with less stake has an equal chance of getting a block. Based per stake, yes, per stake. But the minimum cost per epoch, especially if the pool's really small, it'll start to eat those rewards pretty bad. Anthony said, what's up, dude? What's up, Anthony? Thanks for swinging by today. Thanks, brother, for the update on the test nets. No problem, man. SDIJN said, you are one ugly hick bastard. Thanks, man. Yeah, you comment on every single one of my videos and say I'm ugly, and I have a treat for you. I have a treat for you, ST. I actually just bought a camera. I've been setting it up. I got the cam link. I got everything working. So you're going to see my full ugliness, my full complexion, and a beautiful camera clarity. So I know you're really looking forward to that, man. I'm really going to be even more of a one ugly bastard coming soon. So Tang Mad said, when hardware plus voting, need this so bad. I'm hoping it's soon. I think it might be soon. They just actually added hardware wallets to the recent Cardano CLI update. So there's hope. Hopefully that will actually lead to hardware wallet voting. Hopefully. We'll see. Boss Unster said, I was talking about voting for my previous comment. Can't do it on your Roy. It's kind of sad. Yeah, it is sad, man. They're working on it for sure, man. How much ADA do you need to delegate to register to vote? You don't need any ADA to delegate to register to vote, but to vote, you needed a minimum of 8,000 ADA. That could change in the future, but we will see. Right now, it's 8,000. Go to make the paper, man. I'll talk to you later. See you, man. Thanks for swinging by, Steve. I really appreciate it. I hope you make some good paper today. Nicholas said, how much ADA do you need to vote? 8,000. Andre said, I'm in Bloom 3. STIJN said, shut up. It's an AMA, man. I'm just supposed to sit here and look at you. Andre said, I'm in Bloom 3. Awesome, man. I think I got a wallet in Bloom 3 for sure. Martin, what's up, man? How are you doing today, buddy? I appreciate you swinging by the AMA today. I know you don't have any questions for me. Pool size 0.2%, cost 5.5, ROA 4.23. So the ROA 4.23 is a little low, but if it was a new pool, that's perfectly fine. You know, they'll have some time to catch up to it, but if they've been out since the beginning, 4.23 is a little bit low, unless they've had a low stake the whole time, maybe had some unlucky epochs with blocks. Farrah G said, Pei, will you expand on what the block battle is? Okay, so it's called a slot battle. And some blocks have a 50-50 chance of going between two people, right? So let's say I have a pool, and then you, Farrah, have a pool, Farrah pool. Well, my pool, Bloom 3, we're both assigned the same block. And if you get it and I don't, it doesn't mean that you're better than me. It doesn't mean that you're faster, you're more efficient. It means that you got lucky. So it's just a 50% chance of either of us getting the block, and it's called a slot battle. And you can see those on Pool Tool by looking at orphan blocks. Like, for example, Bloom's gotten many blocks. So because we've gotten many blocks, we've had many slot battles, you know, and we've lost and we've won, you know, and it's I think it's around 5% of your blocks are slot battles. That's the last time I heard, the last number I heard. It might be a little bit more, a little bit less, but give or take 5% of your blocks are slot battles. Jillian said, hi, Pei, what's up? Can I vote if I use my Daedalus with my Trezor? What are your thoughts on ADA Lite then? Oh, that was the next question. You can't vote with Daedalus with your Trezor just yet, but I think that'll be added very soon. ADA Lites, I like ADA Lite. Just make sure you use a hardware wallet with it and make sure you're actually using the right domain name. You know, there could be a fake domain name trying to use it. Zelda Stake Pool said, hello from Zelda Land. What's up, man? Hello, Zelda Stake Pool. Stake Pool? I just called you a fool, man. Fight me. Grola said, huge fan and a contributor of Bloom Pool. Would you consider another video about the reward of running the pool now that things have changed since your last take on it 10 months ago? So I wouldn't really consider doing another video because I've kind of shifted this channel. It's not really for stake pool operators anymore. It's for delegates and Cardano holders and developers, you know, people that really aren't in the stake pool game, you know, because I realize that the stake pool audience is a small niche audience and they're also very intelligent. So they're going to learn something once and then they're going to be gone, you know. So if I made videos like, stake pool rewards and stuff like that, I guess that would probably do well because there's a lot of people that are very interested in knowing how much you make from a stake pool. But most videos like that wouldn't do well. But that questions like that are for AMAs, man. So the reward of running a stake pool is usually essentially just take a percentage of the percentage that your delegates get, right? So it's very easy to calculate how much you're going to make. You know, you take 30 million stake, you know, and this is not going to count your pledge, right? Your pledge is going to be earning rewards, but that's going to be separate from the delegation rewards. So say you're charging 5%, you take 30 million ADA, you times that by 5.5%, you know, that's just, you earn 5.5% a year. Sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less. And then charge that by your fee, right? And then if we're doing yearly earnings, which we are, then you're going to add and then do little parentheses, 340 times 72, because there's 72 epochs in a year, right? And that's how you calculate pool earnings, right? So it's your upside's all in delegation. So if you don't feel that you can do the marketing, you don't feel that you can get the delegation, then you're not going to be making too much more. XXX says Vitalik versus Charles boxing match. Who wins? I think it might be Charles. You know, he's got a lot of weight on him. You know. Jimmy said, "Hey Pay, looks like ADA and Kmart blue light special. Backing up the Fiat truck now. Nice, man. Yeah, it is. It is for sure." Mr. Mulkey Checker said, "Hey Big Pay. Hey man, thanks for swinging by again. I really appreciate it." Crowbot said, "Do you get more rewards if you delegate to vote with more than 8,000 ADA? You do. You do." MC Cheese says, "Are you Dutch?" No, I am American. I'm American. Carlos said, "I voted for 5 projects, but I haven't got any voting rewards. Probably I haven't done something right." The voting rewards have not been paid yet, Carlo. Don't worry about it. Do you think a lot of Haskell developer will come to Cardano for developing? They could and they couldn't. I think a lot of people may actually pick up Plutus and learn it themselves. So we may not need all of these Haskell developers, but I'm sure some will come. But that's also why we have the EVM testnet. You know, we can allow people to use Solidity tools and then the Solidity language to develop smart contracts. And then also in the future, other languages are going to be able to be compiled through EVM, you know. So I'm not too worried about relying specifically on Haskell developers. And also developers have a certain like skill set, right? They have a certain mind. And it will take them a bit of time to master the language, you know, master the niche aspects of the language. But usually most devs can pick up a language pretty quickly. You know, that's kind of a part of the gig, you know, once you kind of learn the fundamentals. Prima said, "Thanks for answering my question about time spent on maintaining a pool." No problem, man. What do you think how life will change after Goguen? Says Noculus. I think it's really going to change the Cardano protocol a lot. I really think it's going to change a lot. I mean, especially if you guys interact with the Cardano blockchain a lot and you do Cardano Twitter, you know, you watch YouTube videos, everything's going to change. You know, my YouTube videos are going to be centered around dApps and Goguen and people building, and not just about Cardano anymore. It's going to be about the ecosystem and the protocol and the community and what people are building. So for me, a lot's going to change because it's going to be hard at first because I'm going to have to actually siphon through the shit coins and the good coins, you know. And also not kind of promote projects and not take money from a project that says, hey, this guy's a pretty big Cardano YouTuber. We'll just give him some money and he'll advertise our shit coin that we're just going to pump, you know. So I have to get really good at finding a way to actually pick out good sponsors and good partnerships with people. And then I'm also just so excited to have native assets, man, just to have different tokens on top of the Cardano blockchain. And that's going to be so cool just to have multi-assets in my Yoroi or my Daedalus wallet. I'm really looking forward to that. But as far as if the world's going to change after Goguen, I don't think it's going to happen immediately. It's going to be a slow burn, you know. We still have a lot of building to do for sure. Unknown said, "Voting for what? I don't understand." So we were voting on projects, and these projects are like podcast, development tools, anything that brings value to the actual ecosystem, right? So that's what we were all voting on. So can you move the pool equipment if moving country? You can, right? So the only thing that changes a pool from a relay node is simply your keys, right? So all you would have to do is set up the infrastructure in a different place and then move those keys over to that new place, and then also maybe do the cloud for a bit, you know? Victor said, "Do you spend ADA when you vote? Or is your ADA at risk if the project voted for doesn't do well?" So you do spend ADA when you vote, but it's very small. It's the same as a transaction. So if you were sending me ADA as a donation, and you sent me 100 ADA, the fee for that would be like 0.2 ADA or 0.17 ADA, and that's all you spend. You know, you're not at any risk if your project doesn't do well. If one of the projects you voted for doesn't get voted well, then nothing happens. They just don't get funded. G-Stan says, "What up, Pay? Dude, you rock. Stack the hate up. Means you're doing something right." Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what everyone always tells me. They say, "Oh, if you got haters, you're doing something right. Or if you got copycats, you're doing something right." And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm mixed about it. I'm mixed about it because everyone used to be nice. I think maybe it's just the numbers, I mean, we have 150 people here watching, so I really appreciate that. Make sure you guys click that like button and that notification bell. But I think out of 146 people, one of them's got to be an asshole, right? I mean, I think 1.5%, I think it's 1% of people are sociopaths. It might even be 2%. So which one of it is you? Or maybe this is like because it's Cardano, maybe it's a bit biased, maybe ours is a lower percent. Because most people here are pretty nice, I got to be honest. Hello from Dubai. What's up, man? Thanks for swinging by. I really appreciate it. Rabba said, quick one, Pay. Any news on updates or projects that will happen this month? Not sure. I know they're going to be doing the monthly recap that they always do. They usually have a bunch of good stuff in there. Next month's a big month, though. We're getting native asset tokens. And that's the big one. That's the big one. So be looking out for that next month. XXX said, left the idea for my own pool and just started promoting Bloom. I'm very active on Reddit and help many people transfer off exchanges and recommended Bloom. Thanks so much for that, man. I really appreciate it because I spend a lot of time trying to help people. I read my email each and every day. I mean, sometimes I'm late to people depending on how many messages I have, but I really try to answer people's questions on Discord or on here. So by you doing that, by you helping, and also promoting Bloom, that's a second thank you. It really does help out the ecosystem. If we all have this helpful mindset, then I think that we'll be a good place, and I think people will kind of see that in what we're doing. Lord said, at Pimp and Pay. There is a Daedalus update, something about Cardano app on Ledger. Any info on that? I think you can use your Ledger with Daedalus now. I should probably make a video on that and put it on my second channel. Niek said, you said there's 72 epochs, but 365 divided by 5 equals 73 in my opinion. I did that math in my head, so let's figure it out. You might be right. You're right. There's 73 epochs. I messed him up. His calculation is going to be off by 340 ADA. So if you're watching this and you made it this far and you're still going to do that calculation, either do your multiplication by 73 or do plus 340 to the total at the end. Brad Schultz says, hey, Pay, do you use Celsius or own Cell? I do not use Celsius and I do not own Cell. I have been looking into it, though. One Trippy Planet, what's up, man? When you vote, does your ADA get locked, stay locked during the voting process or 30 days, etc.? It did not for the last time, but the next time I think it will lock. But Lonnie, one thing to keep in mind is even though it's locked, guess what happens? You still stay staked, right? So most people aren't really moving their ADA around all the time anyway. So even though it's locked, it stays staked, so you're not losing anything. And then you get some voter rewards too. And you kind of, give your opinion on where you feel the direction of Cardano should go, how we're going to bring adoption. It's very important that we vote. They're shooting for 50% voter participation, and I'm going to try my damn best to help them, Grolo said, thank you for your very thorough process. I'm about to move a second wallet into another Bloom pool. Oh, I skipped. But I'm definitely interested in starting a pool once I get my channel operational. Hey, thanks so much, man. I appreciate you delegating that first wallet and the second, and I'm happy to help, man. Feel free if you have any more questions. You can just come to the AMAs. Jakar said, hello from South Africa. Joined one of your pools a few days back. Thanks. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you joining one of my pools. It means the world, man. I couldn't be doing this stuff without it. I got to be honest, guys. Without Bloom, without the pools, I couldn't be doing this stuff, and I know sometimes I'm a little slow, I don't upload a video like recently because I've been going through some baby back bitch shit. I need to stop cussing. They're going to demonetize me. That I haven't been uploading as frequently, but I'm going to get back in the groove as I already starting into. I've been doing the second channel as well. I think I've got 4 or 5 videos in the past week. So I'm back. I promise. But yeah, I couldn't be working this much on this stuff without that. So it really means the world, man. Hey, as rewards reduce over time, monetary policy, how do you see TX fees offsetting this? Have you seen any calculators suggest estimated percent fluctuations in ROS? So that's a really hard thing to calculate, Daniel. TXs are going to go up with Goguen. As there's more utility to the blockchain, as more people are using it, as more people are voting, people are using governance as a service, TX is going to go up. But I think the last time I checked, the rewards are going to cut in half in about 6 years. So what we can hope for, if we want the rewards to stay the same, is that transactions pick up to account for the loss in rewards. So as far as, I think that's too hard to calculate. I haven't seen any calculators. If you do find one, I would love to see it. Slice Keeper says, hey, Big Pay, have you heard anything about the progress with the ADA wallets or the paper wallets? I have not. Lance said, you're doing right. Yeah. Keep up the good work, Pay. I appreciate it, man. STJN sent me some penguins. Thanks, man. Hey, STJN, you cannot say the N-word. Can't say that, buddy. That's bad. Not funny. We're not 13-year-old edgelords anymore. Elizabeth said, this is awesome, guys. Oh, that's a spam. Hey, Anthony, if you're still here, please remove these comments. If you guys see them advertising WhatsApp, and then saying the N-word, anything like that, please remove that. What does everyone do about paying taxes on staking rewards? That highly depends on your jurisdiction. In the United States, it's really just taxed as income. Mike Me said, what separates Cardano from its main competitors? I would say the big kicker, the two big kickers, I would say is Voltaire, voting. They're really one of the biggest kind of players, I think, that are going after just the idea of decentralized voting and governance as a service, and then also the scientific approach, using peer review, what science has used throughout history, using this to actually build a blockchain. That's different. That's kind of what separates Cardano. And also I would say the community. I would say of all the internet communities I've been in, I've never been in such a welcoming and nice and educational community as I have Cardano. XXX said, I think Vitalik and ETH are overhyped. I don't think they are, right? I think what the issue is, the transactions are too high. I think they're doing great things over there, man. I think they're doing great things. There's just there's a key problem that they have to fix, and it's those transaction fees, man. But I mean, I wouldn't say they're overhyped. I mean, how awesome is it that we actually have decentralized financial infrastructure and then multi-assets on the same blockchain and Uniswap, decentralized exchanges. I mean, there's some awesome stuff going on there that gets me excited. I can't interact with it if I have to pay $80 every time I do it because I'm not rich, Ken Corbin said, why do some personalities, BitBoy, really think that Ethereum will go to 20K? It's nearly unusable now, and ETH 2.0 is at least 2 years off. ADA is holding the ETH's market cap. Ken, I think I have the answer for that question. I think the answer is views and money, right? So I do see ETH going up over time. As far as price target, I have no idea. But if you say, oh, ETH's at 1,000 right now, and you say it's going to go to 20K, you're going to get clicks. And those clicks are going to give you money, and it's also going to push your video further and further. It's usually pretty simple. You can just sniff out the money, man. This correction, BTC will open room for altcoin. Now ADA will do well. Yeah, I think ADA will do well, man. I hope so. Kaizen said, hey, Pay, what's up, everyone? By the dip, squad checking in. What's up, man? Thanks for swinging by, Kaizen. Kaizen and I are actually doing a live stream this Thursday. I'm really looking forward to it. It's at 2 p.m. EST. So if you guys want to swing by that, we're going to have a couple topics to go over. And we're also going to be doing a little bit of an AMA as well. And I think that, it's going to be on Kaizen's channel. We may do something on my channel the following week or when he has some free time. We haven't worked it out yet. But yeah, make sure you guys tune in to that 2 p.m. EST on Thursday. It's on Kaizen's channel. Also, I do have a sponsor of this video that we can go over real quick. I want to say thank you to the sponsor by supporting this channel. You make me not have to worry about the YouTube revenue, so it means the world, man. So we can go take a look at that. I don't even have to pull this up. So the sponsor of this is Curry Stake Pool. It's Curry On. So make sure you guys check them out. The link for Curry On Stake Pool will be down below. It's the first link. It says sponsored stake pool. So make sure you guys check them out. So thank you so much for supporting this channel. I really appreciate it. And we can switch back. Any view on Goguen, buddy? I went over it a little bit earlier. I have to say I'm really excited for it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I don't really have any negative views on it, if that's what you're asking. That's kind of the vibe I got. Thanks for answering my questions. I'm currently delegating to Bloom 2. Got to go see you. Thanks for swinging by, Lonnie. I appreciate it. Happy I could answer some of your questions. Gilberto said, hello from Portugal. I want to know your price forecast. I don't have a price forecast. I'm not a price guy. I'm not TA. I don't have any formal experience. That's not who I am. Steve Blog says, can I vote on Daedalus? You can, but not right now. The voting kind of time has not opened up yet, so we'll see. Daniel Mount said, I'm sure keep my ears open for TX rewards calculator. Cheers from UK. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I would love if you found that calculator. How much fiat would I have to invest today to live off staking rewards in your guesstimate? 25K? I don't know, man. I would never tell you just to put 25K all at once into an asset. You know, especially during these bull markets. It's a bit risky. I don't know. I mean, we can do the math. Let's say, well, we'll say you put it in at 10 cents to make the math way easier for me. So at 25K, 10 cents, that means you have 250,000 ADA. And let's say it 10x's and goes to $1. It's going to be $250,000 a year. You're earning 5%. You know, we'll just make the math easier. We'll do 10% of 250,000, and that's going to lead you back down to 25,000. And then you cut that in half to 13. It'd be 12.5 thousand. And then now that you're earning 12.5 thousand a year off 25K at 10 cents. So I don't think that's enough. I don't think you can live off 25K. It depends on your jurisdiction, though, for sure. But you said USD, so I'm assuming the United States. G-Stan says, CVC, Civic Coin, that's at $1 too. I mean, it could go up more. I mean, you're obviously not going to get at 10 cents right now either. So CVC stopped some of their project because of ETH fees. Yes, something to solve. Yeah, there's something to solve, but just to act like they're not doing cool things over there, I think is just incorrect. You know, we all have Cardano hype, and we're all excited for Goguen, but let's not just throw a rock at ETH. You know, I mean, it's pretty awesome what they're doing over there and some of the stuff they've solved and accomplished and some of the mistakes they've made that we can learn from, you know. Jonathan said, why is adoption accelerating tomorrow? So before I answer this question, make sure you click that like button. There's 131 people here and 103 likes. I don't like that. You hate me. So adoption is accelerating tomorrow because the funds are going to be paid out for the first ever Catalyst vote. And the first ever Catalyst vote was for anyone that requested ADA funds to work on something, to build a business, to be an entrepreneur centered around Cardano, anything that adds value to the Cardano protocol. And those funds are actually going to be paid out tomorrow, right? And those funds are going to be paid out tomorrow. And to me, that's going to accelerate adoption because those people that were asking for those funds are going to be building and building. And over time, that ROI is going to start to build up. Lord said, BitBoy equals clickbait. Hype man bits. He is a hype man, man. But I mean, that's just YouTube promotes it, you know? It's like I would do a lot better if I said price things every title. But I have the support of Bloom and sponsors that I don't have to do that, you know? And I really appreciate that. And I said, hi, Kaizen. ADA better perform well. Yeah, especially if you buy in the dip. Angela said, rewarder will be paid in the main wallet. Yes. I think, yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be. Honeymaker said, new Bitcoin sites. King Lullabill said, has Catalyst voting for Fund 1 been issued? How do I find mine? So, Fund 1 didn't have any voting rewards. What I think you're talking about is Fund 2, and they haven't been issued yet. I think they're going to be issued tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be very shortly. I'll have that information out on my channel as soon as it happens. BitBoy is an effing lunatic. For level-headed analysis, check out Benjamin Cohen. He's all pragmatic and he loves ADA. I'll have to check him out, man. I've never heard of him. I also like... What's his channel? I think it's Why Cardano, the Why Cardano podcast. I like his analysis a lot too. I've never heard of Benjamin Cohen though. I also like, I mean, he doesn't really talk about ADA much, but I like Ivan on Tech. Even though like his titles are clickbait, his actual content is actually valuable in my opinion. Slice Keeper said, Pay, where can I find info on NFT projects proposed on ADA? I don't know, man. I don't know where to find info on that. I would probably ask the Telegram chats, say, hey, you know, you guys, because there's like hundreds of people, not just me on there. So you can say, hey, man, where do I find NFT info? You know, but I think we might be able to have those as soon as the native assets come out, you know. But obviously you have to build like the infrastructure to view them, you know, and have the hash attached to like an artwork of sort. So there's still a lot that needs to be built there. Yeah, I said I like ETH, but F those fees. Yeah, same, man. I'd probably be messing around with ETH all the time if it weren't for those fees. I mean, even before the price was as high as it was now, I want to say like 4 months ago, I spent over like $150 in fees just trying something out. And that just really hurt me. I mean, that's a lot of food, you know. I could live off that for a while. Humpty Dumpty said, hi, Pay. If I add ADA into staking, how long do I have to wait for that ADA to be added to see rewards? 3 epochs, and it's like 3 full epochs that you have to wait to see your first rewards. But once you see your first rewards, you'll see them every epoch after. So the way it works is you stake, and then the snapshot comes. And a snapshot is the time in between epochs. Following that, you wait 5 more days for another snapshot. And then after that snapshot, your blocks are being produced, right? The blocks for the amount that you staked. Because every ADA that you stake is tied to a percentage of getting a block. And then after that epoch, a snapshot's done. And then you wait 5 more days, rewards are calculated, and then 5 more days, and then rewards are paid. So, hope that helps. Daniel said, do we need more stake pools when more ADA is being bought by people? I don't think we need to right now. I don't think we need for the foreseeable future, but I think maybe in the future, yeah, you know, I think we would. Yeet said, will they dump the price with the funds? I don't think so. It's only $250,000. And if you look at the trade volume of ADA in a day, I don't think 250 would dump the price. That's the total, is $250,000. So we'll see. We'll see. Jonathan said, very nice, but won't that mean that they can't use those funds until Goguen is live? March? No, they can use the funds now if they'd like, but they can't really build, you know, they can use the EVM testnet, but they can't use Plutus yet. But no, I still think it's going to be good. Jonathan said, I'm new to ADA, so I might not know what I'm talking about. That's no worries, Jonathan. That's what these are for. I answer a lot of the same questions over again, but it's no problem because there's always new people watching these. So that's the whole point. You know, I want to educate you guys. Feel free, man. No stupid questions here. Spikerhand said, do you think that Bitcoin mining at 41 to 42 grand ETH trading did Pakistan's blackout? I don't know anything about that, man. I need more information. Cleve said, hey, Pay, I delegated my ADA to Bloom 4 yesterday. Once I began receiving rewards, do I understand that rewards are paid every 5 days? Thanks. Yep. Once you get your first set of rewards and it's after the time period that I just went over, you will get paid every 5 days. It's pretty awesome. We always make the joke and say it's like Christmas every 5 days. Spiker said, do you know Cheeky Crypto? I know of him, but I don't know him, you know. Daniel J said, are more and more friends and family members asking you about crypto? Yes. And just random people on my Snapchat. You know, just random people are asking me, and then my friends' friends are asking me about it. It's definitely that time. I made the joke the other day. I said, oh, everyone's asking me about Bitcoin and crypto again. Does that mean it's time to sell? And everyone, it's so funny because everyone just couldn't stand that. Like, it got no likes, no one even, but a bunch of comments. Just because I said anything about, is it time to sell? Like, we can't be so sure of ourselves, right? I mean, it can go back down before it goes back up, right? But it just, the reason I said that was because the last bull market in 2017, when everyone was texting me, it was like 2 months later it crashed. You know, that's why I said that. It was just a meme, though. You know, if the thought of Bitcoin crashing hurts you internally so bad that you feel, it's like you feel like emotion, then you might be overinvested. Just saying. Not financial advice. Stan Lee said, I hit the like button. I'm subscribed and I love your work. Thanks for the information. It's no problem, Stan. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you helping me with the algorithm by clicking that like button. And thank you, man, for swinging by. Agartha said, I'm a public crypto trader since 2015. I see ADA going to $2.77 as first target. It could obviously go higher, but that is a step-by-step key. The first is 277. I would love that, man. 277. Be pretty awesome. So I'll ask this in a second. I know not everyone's going to be interested in it, but like at least 20 people. If 20 people are interested in it, I may do it. So Brad Schultz says, I quit playing Gods Unchained because the gas fees were too high. Trying to buy a card that costs 0.75 costs 4. Yeah, it's stupid, man. It's stupid. I was just trying to stake something, like just stake a certain coin, you know, using like a liquidity pool, and it was so expensive. Humpty Dumpty said, thanks, Pay. No problem, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, Michael Lesser. I really appreciate it, man. I think you just, with that $100, you just paid more ad revenue than YouTube did on my past 10 videos. So thanks so much, man. It means the world. I really can't thank you enough. So what I was going to say was, like, if you guys are interested in this, it's just a little thought I've been having in my mind. So throughout my whole life, I played a lot of video games, you know, and I just don't play them anymore because I can't deem them as productive in my brain. But I really do enjoy the live stream stuff and the AMA stuff. So would anyone here be interested in if I did, like, on a separate channel, something separate entirely, so I don't really interrupt the Cardano stuff or interrupt anything that I'm already doing, but maybe like once a week, I did like just kind of a video game live stream, you know, where I just play a game, you know, AMA questions, Cardano questions, whatever you want, but we kind of just shoot shit, you know. Would you guys be interested in that? If you are, just go ahead and type the word game in chat. And if I get 20 people that are interested in it, I may do it. I may not do it. Just a thought. I thought it would be pretty fun. Whether 1,000 ADA must be on the Catalyst wallet and vote. So you have to have 8,000 ADA to vote. Smay said, how long do you think this correction will last? I have no idea. Spikerhood said, geez, you get $100 tips like that? I don't get them often, but man, when it happens, it's pretty crazy. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. Because like when you're scrounging at 5,000 subs, you know, if it weren't for Cardano and it weren't for the stake pool stuff, I mean, I wouldn't be making probably more than $200 a month from YouTube. So the super chats mean the world, man. Do the ADA rewards get staked as well? They do. They do. It's like compounding. Your rewards are automatically staked. Spikerhood said it's the dollar behind this, right? I agree. I agree. Humpty Dumpty said, high pay, for example, 1,000 ADA staked over a month of staking. As usual, I get rewards every 5 days, and I withdrew out 300 ADA. Then rewards was 0. Is that normal? It doesn't sound normal to me, man. I got to admit. It doesn't sound normal. You should still be getting rewards unless the 300 ADA that you withdrew was rewards. But if you only had 1,000 ADA, then you wouldn't get 300 ADA in a month from rewards. Hank said, 277 is double the all-time high. I'll take it. I'll take the all-time high right now. Addy said, gas fees on Ethereum is a pain in the ass. Yeah, I agree, man. Michael said, hey, Pay, you must be working hard or sleeping late. I have been working. I've been working hard. I have been sleeping late, though. I'm having a little trouble sleeping. It's kind of why I got bags under my eyes, but I've still been working out and taking care of myself. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost probably 20 pounds in the last month and a half. You can probably see it in my face, you know. I was getting a little chubby there for a second. Spiker Holland said, Pay, I'm getting $50 per day for $10 a dollar mining ETH daily. What the F do I buy now? When I was doing my mining, I would always take my my mining profits and I would put them into ADA. But no financial advice for you. That's what I would do. What percentage of your portfolio is in ADA? Oh, do I really have to say it? It's probably like crypto portfolio. It's probably 95%. I know it's crazy, guys. I know it's crazy. Johnny said, game. Okay, I'm getting a lot of games. Okay, that was a decent amount of games. That was enough. I'll look into that. I should play some blockchain games. That'd be pretty cool, man. The first game I play is a blockchain game. I would like that. Yeah, I'll have to start looking into it, setting it up. I may do Twitch, so I don't have to make a third YouTube channel. But YouTube's kind of my heart and soul, unfortunately. Michael Lester said, I was playing video games hardcore before you were born. Pong rules. You definitely were, man. I was playing video games really young. My dad told me this story when I was younger, and my dad would always play pool or poker, and he would just set me up with the PS2. And I was young. I mean, I was probably 3, 4, 5 years old. PS2. GTA, I think it was Vice City or San Andreas. And he was like, hey, distract yourself, and just handed me a controller, let me play Vice City. And he walked into the room later that night, and I went and got him. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, Dad, look. And I walked, and he's like, oh, what is it? So I showed him the game, and he came in there, and he tells me the story because I don't remember it. And what I was doing in there was picking up hookers. He's like, Dad, look. I was like, Dad, look, I can pick up this girl, and then the car starts shaking, and music plays. And he just like kind of shook his head. He's like, what did I do? But yeah, I was playing video games so young. Like I probably played my first video game at like 2 years old. So what do you think Cardano will be 100% decentralized? Oh, I missed some. This erg dip boy, you looking for that erg dip, Kushti? Michael said, I gave you some of my stimulus check, but I need the rest to feed my son. Yeah. Daniel said, so when do you think Cardano will be 100% decentralized? I think March is what we're looking at right now. You should publish your crypto addresses for tips to bypass YouTube's 30%. So Spiker, I actually do. If you look at the bottom of the description, I do have an ADA address tip. The only issue with that address is that nobody tips it. You know, super chats, you kind of, I don't know, it's more interactive. You know, it shows up, it's a big thing. So people always do super chats. It does suck they take 30%. But yeah, no one uses the ADA address. And I also don't want to just be call to action and say, oh, donate to my ADA, when you guys already support me through Bloom, right? So I appreciate the donations. I appreciate the super chats, but I'm not going to do a call to action on them. I'm not going to start promoting them because I would rather you guys, just support me by staking, so we both benefit. You support the channel, you get paid rewards, and you don't send me your ADA, I mean, I don't mind it, you can't mind free ADA. That's for sure. We all stake it. We all love that payment. Any idea on what Celsius may pay out when they add ADA in Q2? I have no idea, man. Congrats on losing weight. Health equals wealth, for sure, man. Yeah, I've always, like, when I was younger, I was fat, but it's because my parents fed me fast food all the time. They didn't teach me how to eat right. But as soon as I lived on my own, the weight just dropped off of me. The difference was COVID happened. They shut down my gym. And because they shut down my gym's kind of what keeps me in check. And so I just gained weight. But as soon as my gym opened back up, I had my mind back in check. I lost all the weight immediately. It was pretty easy. Hank said 95%. Haha, well played, buddy. Or not well played. We'll see. I believe Celsius will pay 7% if you don't have the cell token, maybe 10%. That's pretty high if you have the cell token, 10%, I must say. I think it's quite slow, the explosion of ADA, despite the evolutions that are going to come. I don't understand. If the evolutions come and they work, then it'll be pretty fast. Camden said it would be more crazy if you didn't have all of your money in crypto. Good looks leading by example. Kind of, right? So the issue, what I said was crazy, is the fact that I have most of it in Cardano and not really any in Bitcoin or ETH, right? I just think the upside of Cardano is so much higher than these other cryptocurrencies, But at the same time, you can look at it as like, well, I already run a business on Cardano. I run a stake pool that's presumably going to pay me ADA for at least the next couple months, and I have everything centered around Cardano. So you think some of my cryptocurrency assets should be in other cryptocurrencies because I already have a operating business on Cardano that pays an ADA, right? So you think that I should diversify a bit. I just don't know. I don't know. When you look at Bitcoin, for example, I mean, we've been seeing 600 Satoshis over and over again, So it's like, do I really want to trade ADA for Bitcoin at 600 Satoshis? No, not at all. Yeet said, "Pay, are you using AWS hosting?" I am not. Then it must be a good coin to buy ADA because people are so stingy with it. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. That's exactly what it is. Fat could get you platformed. That's funny. Yeah, I can tell you guys are slowly clicking on this Charles stream. Keep the questions coming. Because I know his isn't interactive. Mine's live. His is live, but it's just gonna be a little 20-minute Ron Paul video, which I am gonna watch. And then it's gonna be over. You can watch it not live. Stick with your boy. Have you heard anyone using unstoppable domains as an ADA payment method? I don't think you can do that yet. I have heard of people wanting to do that, though. Have you got good hopes for VeChain? Vet. I don't know anything about VeChain or Vet. Hank said, man, I'm watching Charles. Never seen him that shaken. Yeah, I know he really likes Ron Paul. I'll have to watch that. Andre said, if I have 8,000 ADA on Daedalus, can I vote, or do I have to transfer those funds to Catalyst, then vote? Can you explain that a bit? So if you have 8,000 funds on Daedalus, you can vote in Catalyst. The voting is not happening just yet. It's not. So what happens then when you do vote is you actually take your Daedalus wallet. So you have that mnemonic phrase that you wrote down, 24 words. You take those 24 words, you recover those 24 words in Daedalus, in the Daedalus Catalyst. It's a different Daedalus. And then you scan a QR code on your phone, and then you get your voting tokens on your phone. That's how it works. Humpty said, sorry, I must have missed out when you spoke about voting. Can you share a bit more about how we can vote and get rewarded as well? So yeah, so the voting, the next vote, so the way the voting works, it comes in cycles, right? We're going to have to be voting on certain proposals, certain things, certain funds, certain challenges. So we do this in a fund process. So we just finished Fund 2. Now we're starting Fund 3. Fund 3, at the beginning of it, is an innovation phase. People propose ideas. People curate with other people. You know, they get together. They come up with this stuff. And then following that, what happens is the actual voting phase, where there's the registration phase. You register to vote. Following registration to vote, you actually vote. And then I think the voting is going to happen around February 16th. It may be a little later than that. The dates are never sure. The best way that you can stay up to date with that is just clicking the notification bell and clicking all notifications on my channel. What that does is it ensures you don't miss a notification or a video on this channel, because I will have the how to register to vote so you don't miss it. Because the last time this happened, there was only like 4 days to register to vote. And if you weren't paying attention for those 4 days, you didn't get to vote. So it's very important that you guys do that. So keep the questions coming, or we can end a little bit early. I know some people are probably watching Charles, but still have this up in the background. If we don't keep the questions coming, then we will go ahead and end. We are getting to the time, so it's not too much of a big deal. Moses said, I think Cardano will pump to 130 this year. Be pretty cool, man. Hank said, Ron Paul was a libertarian and a former POTUS candidate. Yep, you're right. Pooji said, hey, Pei, quick one. What would happen if all European countries printed their own legacy coin? It would probably just kind of be the same way it is now. I mean, think about it. We all kind of already use bank accounts, you know? Well, I guess European countries are different, right? Because you guys all use the euro. But I think that they wouldn't just do their own legacy coin. They would probably just do the euro, right? I mean, they would probably just do like a centralized euro coin, you know? And that centralized euro coin would just kind of work the same way it does now. You know, you have someone else hold it for you. And it's all digitized. You know, you can use a credit or debit card, you know, so. Braveheart Staple said, when will Fund 2 winner be announced? Tomorrow. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing tomorrow. It was supposed to be announced yesterday, but it never happened, but I'm hearing tomorrow, so we will see. We will see. David said, you should really be in a few other alts. ZIL, VET, DOT, ETH. I know I should, man. I know I should. I'm real weird about getting in on things. You know, it's hard for me to find a good price, and I feel comfortable in ADA. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. I really do. John Hamilton said, keep up the good work, bro. Thanks so much, man. You know, John, I really appreciate you always swinging by my videos and leaving a comment. You know, it means the world, man. You know, the consistent support just really keeps me going. Yo, they delisted Ron Paul from Facebook. The shit is getting real, guys. I think we need to start protesting to get to know other people that do not know this shit has to stop. Yeah, man, that I don't really like to get political, but that stuff really bothers me, man. I mean, even with Trump, like, you can make the argument that he should be this, he should be delisted, he should be banned from all of these sites, but it's just a slippery slope, man. You know, you can make the argument that, oh, maybe him being delisted from all of these sites, it helps him. But I mean, let's go take a look at this. I mean, seriously, let's go take a look at this. I posted this tweet the other day, and so let me make sure you guys can actually see it. So look, Facebook, Twitter, Google, Spotify, Snapchat, Instagram, Shopify, Reddit, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. I mean, this is insane, right? Because it's not just about people, it can also be businesses and entities. I mean, people can essentially just delist people's apps, right? I mean, you have Google Play, they can delist your app. You have Amazon, they can delist your app. You have Apple that can delist your app. Not only that, we all use a lot of these cloud services, right? So those cloud services can also just delist your website or your app, or your program, and that stuff's scary, man. It's really scary. Really the only fix for it that I see is Pornhub banned Trump. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. It's just a slippery slope, man. I mean, the only way to fix this is decentralization, but decentralization in its current form is too slow to be a Twitter, I mean, if you use something like Libra, you see that we're not there yet. We're not there to have these decentralized, fully governed by the people systems, while also having the TPS and kind of just all the incentives that you need. It's really sad because it feels like an attack on free speech, man. I have to install a different version of Daedalus in order to vote. You do, Jonathan. But the voting is not happening yet. I will have a video on my channel that shows you everything you need to know about that. And then Jonathan said, Ben is great. He is great. I like Ben. Billy, this is American free speech, bro. Anybody should be able to see whatever the hell they want. If you're saying you're going to kill or murder, yeah, then I understand. But if it's outside of those, yeah, I agree, man. Our world is being run by big corporate club. I mean, it's pretty easy to see, Hank. I mean, it's pretty easy to see. Let me switch back to the scene. There we go. So, I mean, just think about the printing, right? I mean, they've printed so much money, and what are we at? Like $6 or $7 trillion now? 300 billion of that went to the people. Plus, we just got another $600 check. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably another 150 million. So we got a very small percentage of the majority of that money. And it really just shouldn't have been printed in the first place, but where do you think it went? It went to the corporations, running the show. Braveheart Stakepool said, that's crazy. They're even canceling the golf at Trump's golf course. Yeah, I know. He's probably going to get arrested, man. It wouldn't surprise me. Zeb said, will it stop? I have no idea. I have no idea, man. I don't think anytime soon. So everyone's saying check out Charles's one video. Is it only 1 minute? We can check it out.
While ago that Ron Paul has been deplatformed on Facebook. There's nothing we really can say, is there? And soon we won't be allowed to. I guess this is the America I live in now.
He's right. I mean, what is there to say? I mean, this is the America we live in now. And I almost just think that this is the America that we've been living in. I mean, think about it. So we have the mainstream media in the past. I mean, you have really, it was all centralized to the television, right? So all of the narrative is being driven by the television. And then finally, we have this new source of media that's the internet, and it's kind of free and unhindered for a while. But as everything else, it centralizes over time, especially if there's no focus specifically on decentralization, right? So I think what we're seeing is just a symptom of how it's already been for the past few years, right? I mean, let's think about it. Just everything that's happened this year is just showing us how it's been for the past few years, or maybe even longer than that, maybe even the past 10 years, right? I don't know, maybe not the past 10 years, but at least the last 5, right? So it's just, it sucks. It sucks, man. I'm at a loss for words, because I don't know how to solve the problem. I want to say that, I'm a visionary and this is what we have to do to fix this, but it's really just sad. Cardano Costello said, hey, I just saw a message in the Discord Catalyst channel saying that the payment will be on the 15th and not the 12th. I really appreciate that update. The original payment was supposed to be the 12th, but as everything else with Catalyst, it got pushed back to the 15th. I don't say that to be an asshole. I'm just being real, Someone said, are you going to the ERG Summit? I am not. I haven't heard about it. When you stake your ADA, how much percentage do you earn every epoch? Well, I would just take 5.5%, divide that by 365. There you go. Make sure you do the math right so you get the right number. Well, if you go to another platform, Apple and Google will ban you. Yeah, for sure. He doesn't say much. Yeah, the silence was deafening for sure. Yeah, they've been printing money for years. We need a way to print our own money. I don't know. I don't know if we need a way to print our own money. I guess we are with ADA, I'm cool with printing money, as long as it's set. Not just, something happened. 6 trill. 6 trill. Matthew said, I looked at the other video by the person who posted Charles' whiteboard on Libri, and they're all about Satan worship. That's the bad bit of decentralized platforms. That's right, man, but I'm sure you could find some Satan worship on YouTube. No problem, right? And that's kind of like with Parler and with all this stuff. Like, I mean, dude, you should see some of the radical stuff I've seen on YouTube in the past, right? So it's like, it's not just to these decentralized platforms, Zeb said, but he's right. Who are they to choose what info we get and what opinions we hear? They're corporate gods. Ed MC said, greetings. What's up, man? Jason said, Trump being removed from those platforms is a small part of a larger problem. Exactly, man. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like not even that. I understand that. I don't know. I don't want to get political because I don't know enough. I'm not informed enough to make a reasonable decision. But let's say Trump did something that would warrant him getting removed from those platforms. The issue is that it's a symptom of what's happening to everyday Americans, right? They're being deplatformed, and they have no one to fight for them. Silver lining that stare from Charles, and now we know a better social network will definitely be the development connected to Cardano. Yeah. This is the world we live in now. It's a worldwide problem, I agree. Hank said, stay strong, we're on the right side. I don't know, man. You never know if you're on the right side of history. Because even if you are on the right side of history, think about, I mean, like if you're on the right side, but not the dominating side, then are you on the wrong side, Jet said, when you stake your ADA, it's about 5%. It's about 5.5% a year. Asso said, come to Germany. Everyone's welcome. Pei, Charles, Kaizen, Crypto Jerome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks for switching to Bloom, man. I really appreciate it. The only way you're going to get a 2% like return, like a year, and you're checking that every epoch, is if the fee or the pool is getting really, really unlucky, or they don't have much stake. Those are the two reasons. Matthew Marsh said, true, it's not hard to go down a rabbit hole. Yeah, the whole like, oh, decentralized platforms are just like, I don't know, there has to be some sort of governance, right? Because we can't have a platform that just has CP on it. You know, we can't have that either. So it's a hard thing. Yeah, Rob V, I did see that. But I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. Big shout out to the sponsor of this, Kurion Stake Pool. It'll be the first link down below. I appreciate you so much for sponsoring this video. I had a good time today. You guys definitely cheered up my mood. As I said, I've been in a weird place lately, so these really do help, man. I actually am in a better mood. And I want to say thank you guys all for the support, man. I mean, seriously, 140 people showing up for this. It means the world, man, especially when I'm low. You know, it's awesome. It's awesome. Read a couple more comments. Also, if you guys enjoyed this and if you're watching it not live, please type accelerate in the comment section down below. Make sure you click that like button, that notification bell. It supports my channel. Yeah, I'll read a couple more comments and we'll hop off of here. Free speech. On one hand, you can say what you want, but on the other hand, there's zero privacy. There are websites where I can find names of relatives, all addresses I've ever lived before. Yeah, it's true. Braveheart said, cheers all. Cheers, man. Pei said, what is Rena? Is Rena like its own internet? It's a new way to do the internet. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I actually have, Billy, I have a whole thing on that, a whole video on that. It's the Cardano ADA. I want to say it's episode number 3 or 4. It's with Gary. Check it out, man. It's an awesome, awesome episode. Zeb, thanks for hosting. No problem, man. Thanks for coming by. Daniel said, stay strong. Onwards. You too, man. Thank you. Rob said, same big pay, big fan. You're doing a great job. Your activity with Bloom and your videos inspire me and lift me up. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it here. You guys lift me up too, man. You guys have a good rest of your week. I will see you probably Wednesday and then Thursday with Kaizen. I'm doing a live stream with Kaizen on Thursday at 2 p.m. EST. Make sure you're there. It's on his channel. Then I'll probably see you on Wednesday for a weekly recap. Maybe even another live stream tomorrow for the voting, because the voting's coming out tomorrow. So if I win, I may do a live stream tomorrow. If I lose, then I'll just be crying in the corner. I can live stream that too. It'd be pretty entertaining. But see you guys.